All right, cool. So this like I was saying, you could run any meeting, you could run any group organization, you can run anything. They're gonna be like, damn, you got the schedule. You know what I mean? It's gonna be super easy, even if it was impromptu. You can run any conference call, anything, right? This structure, information, right? That's the first thing. That's what we was doing at the beginning. We just collecting information about each other, right? This is what we all came here with.
Right.
This with these already acquired skill sets, these interests, like this. We didn't even get to the back of the sheet, the worksheet, and talking about like who, like other things, what things that we want to experience, things that which is cool. But that's all like collecting information. The game, that's like icebreaker. It's all at the beginning. It's just collecting just information. You're able to gather personality types. You're able to like see who might need more attention and what areas. You know what I mean? So you don't just get right into the class and just start going when you ain't broke that. It's like you want to make sure everyone's engaged and all that different types of stuff. So you got information. And then education, that's the next one. This is where we at now. This is the stage of where we're at now. So information is just like, it can also be like, oh, because if it's consistent meetings, it's like, oh, tomorrow we got Uptown Open Mic. That's information. On the 18th, we got the Kanye versus Drake party. Information, you know what I mean? Information next week, oh, senior, blah, 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 information. Now, education, these is hard, tangible, actual facts. These is things that we could use today, things that we could use this year, this month, to measurably increase the quality of our life. That's what we're here for, increase. Everything's about increase, right? How do we add more value to ourselves, our community, and ultimately the world, you feel me? Because legacy is also important. So education, this is where you fit in any of your jewels. This is where you plug in your guest speakers. Like this where, like this is the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. And I'm only doing like abbreviations, but if you're not gonna remember them, you could just write the full words out so you remember them. Because the thing about notes is, and the way I teach, it's all gonna be in systems. So you could look at your notes and run a conversation. Oh, we need you on this conference call today. Like you could look at your notes and run a whole conference call from that. You feel me? Just like boom, the way it's gonna be like bullet pointed or whatever. So information, education, recognition. You feel me? So after the education, we're gonna recognize each other for like our skills. I know we got some brownie sampling that's gonna be done. Like Mr. Loopy's might got like a display, like whatever. But we're gonna recognize each other for our gifts, what we all bring to the table, what we all have to offer, because it's a lot, right? And if we don't take that moment to recognize, then someone might feel left out. Like, oh damn, like I do this, but I didn't get to say it, or I only said this one or two things that I do, but I didn't get a chance to spotlight myself in a manner that allows me to share exactly what I really have to offer and what I'm in it for. And then the next one is motivation, right? Motivation, right? Because that's the last part of the meeting. So that's where you could play another game, give a speech, just talk, get an inspiring story. You feel me? You can bust that testimonial out, something that's gonna inspire them to whatever your call of action is. That's when you end the meeting is with a call of action, with a purpose. The meeting is to lead up to whatever the processes that you're supposed to be doing in between the next meeting.
Right.
And so that the motivation aspect is what's gonna allow that to happen, right? So and then we're going. I'm just busting out these acronyms real quick. But that's the first one because that's the order of operations. You feel me? And that's something that you could use in any meeting, in any structure, in any business, in any corporate or at home, anywhere, family meetings, anything. You know what I mean? That's a system. Systems allow you to plug and play. The reason there's so many McDonald's, that they can fire everybody today and not miss a beat tomorrow because they got systems set in place. They just have to train people on. Systems is what's going to allow us to take our businesses to the next level. Systems is what allow other companies to capitalize in the same, like Microsoft. Its systems is what allowed it to take 98% of the market share, like when we was coming up. You know what I mean? They weren't the only people making computers. IBM was making computers before that. Mac was making computers, all that different types of stuff. But it was the systems that allowed, you feel me, that growth and development. So the acronym for RICH, I just went over it. Does anyone remember it?
Residual income creates happiness.
Right. Residual income creates happiness. And so residual, I think, is like Residual, I don't know. You can ask your phones or smartphones. We don't have to get paid for spelling, you feel me? We don't get paid for spelling unless you're like an English teacher. And even then you can use spell check. You're like, we don't have to cloud our mind with useless facts that we might not never use, you feel me? Knowing how to spell certain words is not going to increase the quality of our life unless we hang around a bunch of literacy people and we need their crowd. You know what I mean? We need our bottom line increased, and that's by closing deals.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's by closing deals not only with others but with ourselves on higher versions of ourselves that we could potentially become in the future if we take ourselves more seriously today. So rich, residual income creates happiness. We explained earlier why that is, and you know what I mean? So this is where we're all putting ourselves into. Now, what's the opposite of rich?
Poor.
Poor, right. So it's got to be an acronym for that. And when I tell y'all this poor acronym, it's going to hit home so hard, like you're going to really see like why our communities are the way they are. You're going to see why maybe even the households that I know that the type of environments and lifestyles that I grew up in, things could have been better if people would have had certain information, you know what I mean, or acted on information. You know what it is?
Those two O's is out organized.
Oh nah, but that could be people out organized really or some shit. But that's just like off the top of my head. But for real, seriously, it's even deeper than that. Passing over opportunities repeatedly.
Sounds about right.
Right?
We don't even know.
So you see the clear difference between the rich and the poor, right? I gained some valuable insight in my studies, and we boiled it down. Passing over opportunities repeatedly, right? Repeatedly passing over opportunities. We've seen people do this. We know what this looks like. We know what it feels like. We know what it sounds like. We might even done it ourselves. You know what I mean? But we got opportunities here today and now and for the rest of our lives. We got the opportunity to become our greatest version. We got the opportunity to max out. We got the opportunity to be the most influential person, in our family. We got the opportunity to solve all of our family's financial problems. We got the opportunity to travel the world. You feel me? We understand our opportunity, then we wouldn't blame, make excuses, and criticize. We got the opportunity to gain access to resources and people that already did somehow what we're trying to do, or could tell us what they would do if they were trying to do what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's an unlimited amount of people that could buy our products, and it's an unlimited amount of ways to get back up. You know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter how hard the fall was. If you recognize, if you're aware that you fell, you're in it above it. So then now you can get up under it, around it, and be like, boom. And now you're better from that. You don't have to take that fall again. And if you do, you're going to land lighter. Because it's like, damn. Or you might learn that you could fly. It's like, damn, I thought I was going to hit the ground. Oh, that's studying. Oh, it's like, I could backstroke. Like, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? But that's what studying do. That's how people could fly planes without never going to, they fly plane school. They read all the information. Now they get in the cockpit and it's like, oh, this is what it is. You know what I mean? So rich and poor, right? How they got the junk set up. This is rich versus poor, right? How they got it set up now. They trying to make because they're erasing the middle class, right? So it used to be a middle class, but this is erased. You feel me? So within the next 5 years or less, you feel me? You're gonna be super poor. You're gonna be super rich. You feel me? They're trying to create our communities where we're like left out. You feel me? So they're trying to make us permanent underclasses. You know what an underclass is? Anyone know what an underclass is? Underclass. Like underclass. UNDER class.
Not even a freshman.
It's like being an untouchable.
They want to make us permanent underclass. Permanent underclass.
How you underclass? That's so crazy. You're not I guess.
A permanent underclass.
Yeah, that's
right.
like
You resort to begging,
right,
robbery, and criminal activities in order to survive for your basic needs. They intend to make us permanent underclasses because not only did we miss the wave of the world going from agriculture to industrial, then it went from industrial to information and technology. The schools is still set up like it's industrial though, because they're training everyone to be obsolete. Mm-hmm. That's why there's people that's that still work as a cash register when the store that they work at just got 20 new self checkouts. And then that person's not even looking for other places in the company to get new skills.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not looking. So then, and they're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna do a, fuck Walmart tweet or whatever.
Right.
When their job's replaced. It's like, damn, that was the 47th self checkout that came in. Like, what, you ain't think that they was gonna come?
Right.
Like, what world was you living in? You know what I mean? Oh, okay. That's cool. But so that's poor. You're passing over opportunities repeatedly. Your gut gives you the most opportunities. Like, you feel me? You know what voice it is that you. Every time you did something that's fucked up, like you had another voice that you're like, damn, I could have followed that one. That would have been good. You feel me? That's being in and above it and under it and out of it. You're like, damn. So that first bit in, you knew what to do immediately, but you second guessed that to do something else, and then you got jammed in some type of capacity, right? It didn't work out. So that's that. Now, some people, since we got so many different types of stigmas with money, I gotta talk about what rich is. We're gonna stay here on rich. We gotta understand riches, because when you hear the word rich, what do you think of? Right? What do you think of when you hear rich?
I just see light.
A lot of money, right? What do you think of?
I don't even see money. That's okay.
Less stress.
Less
Yeah,
stress. What do you see?
I see light. I don't even know what it is, but it's just light.
When you hear rich, what do you think of?
Yeah, rich, when I think of rich, I think of rich, I think of just having a lot of cash, a lot of access. I think about yachts, I think about luxury cars, I think about luxury living, I think about luxury lifestyle.
Luxury, right? That's what people, luxury, lifestyle, like yachts, car, yeah. You feel me? All that different types of stuff. That's,
Colossal stress.
yeah, okay, cool. So, cool. Now, we all know that. Now, this information, this was I'm so glad that when I first came into consciousness and the information on my journey, I got this insight because it helped me shape perspective. It allowed me to dive deep in so many different aspects of the types of information and not lose myself. It allowed me to give myself in labor and love freely without being bitter or heartbroken because of someone did me dirty, or they didn't give me the credit that I feel like I deserve, or they try to snake me or some shit. You feel me? Like, so understanding this allow us, and it also allowed me to be empowered and not just judge myself by my bank account, because we live in this westernized world with the toxic masculinity and all that. It's so easy. They just want us to judge ourselves as men by like our performance level. And performance level doesn't mean how many dishes you wash, nigga, or how many babies, or how many diapers you change. You feel me? Performance level doesn't mean how good you cook. You feel me? Performance level doesn't mean that you keep the car clean or take the trash out. Performance level means what? That cash flow, right? When it comes to men in westernized society, so we're oftentimes burdened, and people try to escape their realities by drugs and running away and all of these different types of things, because they could only identify rich or their wealth in that just one way, which I'm glad I was exposed to a different philosophy. So even when I could have been classifying myself as broke or poor or whatever, I never did these things because I was able to recognize the other areas of and the other types of riches that I was extremely wealthy in, right? So we got the 12 types of enduring riches. So this fresh out the Think and Grow Rich book or the Laws of Success, Napoleon Hill, he gonna bust it out for you, because it's like this. He said when you're born, because Napoleon Hill says only one thing that you can control, and that's your mental attitude.
Yep.
Right? Everything else you can't control. It's like it's an illusion to even put any type of energy into controlling that. You only have one gift and full control over one thing. It's not what happens to you. It's how you respond and how you feel about these things, right? Yeah. He said there's two envelopes when you're born. There's an envelope called riches and an envelope called penalties. envelope of riches. You get this envelope by taking possession of your mind and directing it to specific ends of your choice. And you get all of the blessings, which is all of these riches that we're about to come over, right? The penalties, the envelope marked penalties, this is the envelope that we all automatically almost got because ignorance doesn't count. Like you automatically, if you don't know the information, then you automatically get the penalties. You feel me? So that's why this shit is so important. That's why self-education, self-mastery, and all that stuff is so important because you don't want the penalties. We've already been experienced those. You get the penalties by not taking possession of your mind, and not directing it to definite ends, definite major ends, predetermined ends. Those penalties: poverty, ill health, fear, worry, indecision, frustration, and discouragement throughout life. You know, all of these things, ill health. All of these things, we're products of these things. Poor automatically means penalties because you're wandering generality, right? But our job is to become meaningful specifics. So then we create a force field of protection around us. Every step that we take, no matter what, it has to lead towards your predetermined goal. Even if someone else never seen it, they don't know your predetermined goal. It's just creating a great story of how you became that. Right. So if you wanted to build the most world-renowned bakery out of Philadelphia, then that's done. You say that, then that's done, right? That already exists in energy form. Now, what type of person do you have to become to do that, to produce that? You feel me? Every single thing that happened to you from the point that you decided that is the story that led up to you building the most powerful, wealthiest, influential bakery that come out of Philly. Y'all understand how that works?
Right.
It's like, so you got, that's why it's so important to have clear, specific, determined aims, because that's what it's leading for. Even when no one else knows, even when it's like you want to throw in the towel, like that experience, that feeling of frustration, whatever, that's still a part of the story that led to you becoming who you already predetermined that you wanted to be. I was just watching a Meek Mill documentary today, and he was losing rap battles all over Philly, but he was saying he was gonna be big.
Right.
And look at him today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a predetermined outcome. All these people in the NBA and all these types of things. A lot of people want their children to go to the professional sports, but it's only the children who said, "Oh, this is the only thing I ever thought about doing. It's the only thing I did. So I lived and breathed it, blah blah blah." These are the only ones who really made it through. You know what I mean? Not the ones who it was just their parents' goals.
Right.
Right? It's when that became their identity and who they are. So I hope so. That is our segue into the 12 types of enduring riches, right? Because that now we want to know what these types are now, right? Because it's like, damn, I get all these riches if I take possession of my mind and direct it to definite ends. If I don't do that, I'm going to continue to be frustrated. I'm going to continue to have doubt. I'm going to continue to not be able to make deliberate decisions fast. I'm going to continue to get sick all the time. I'm going to continue to worry. I'm going to continue to blame. I'm going to continue to criticize. I'm going to continue to be frustrated because I know there's more potential in me that I'm not maxing out. You feel me? And there's no worse feeling than that.
Yeah.
Right? Knowing that you have potential that's unused. It's like, damn, what's the point of that? Right? And it's so funny because we can see it in other people better, right? It's like,
that was my disappointment.
But then they say, one of my favorite quotes though, which got me out of that junk, because in the Bible they say like, you see the speck in someone's eye, but you got a cute 2x4 in yours or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, the biggest room in the house is the room for improvement.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that, and it's just like, boom, the room for improvement. The room for improvement is always endless room for improvement. Because no matter how hard or how big you got yesterday, today you can become even bigger. You feel me? Like if you could let go of that enough to allow all the lessons of today to come in.
Right.
So anyway, 12 types of enduring riches. The first one, this is super important. It's PMA. That stands for positive mental attitude.
Right. Always.
Yeah, you gotta write that down. Like positive mental attitude. Because for real, someone could drop 100 bands on you tomorrow and to invest in your bakery business or whatever. See, they're like, oh, or you don't have to do bakery no more. But here goes $100,000, right? We don't need nothing back. It's all for you, right? people's belief systems will block that from happening. Oh, that'll never happen to me. Why would you even believe that? It's like, why would you just go out of your ways and be like, oh, that could never happen when it could? Shit, that should happen every day. You know what I mean? Like, what's up with the self-love? Like, do you want to suffer like forever, or like, why can you not just like be blessed? Can you not like what? You know what I mean? So it's like positive mental attitude. Say someone does just drop, yo, bro, we see what you're doing. You feel me? You know, here goes, you know, $1 million.
Okay.
With a poor mental attitude, then you wouldn't even be able to receive the blessings. You wouldn't even be able to recognize how popping that is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, because you're so worried about, no, man, I'm trying to get signed, or like, man, I'm still trying to sell 50,000 of these joints, you feel me, to get my million. Like, so you're so focused on this rigid way, like, nah, I made these necklaces and I need to sell all these necklaces, and this how I'm gonna get my bag. You know what I mean? When the end goal is the bag. Now the process is cool, but then there's so many different roads to get to California.
Right.
There's so many different routes. We changed something when me and Mel just drove back from Cali. Like first we was gonna go south, we was gonna go through Texas, but then we ended up seeing something that we wanted to see. There was a couple hundred more miles north, so we ended up going there, and then we didn't even go through Texas at all. We went through like other states that we would have never went through if we would have went through other ways, but we still ended up on the same drive. We still ended up to Philly. You know what I mean? So it's so many different ways to get there. But if I'm like, oh no, we gotta take this road and only this route and all that, then we would have missed out on the views, we would have missed out on the sunsets, we would have missed out on the mountains, we would have missed out on the earths, we would have missed out on our relationship building. When we was driving through places, it was so scary that it was like, damn, it's only us. If something happened, like, that you love me now, like, you feel me, like they're not getting through and getting on the other side of those types of things. You feel me? If we're just so rigid, then we can't even receive those blessings. You know what I mean? It's like, we gotta get to California, oh, by this day or by this time, right? Positive mental attitude allows us to realize that no matter what happens happens to everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, we could change our perspective real quick. Positive mental attitude is like maintain a positive mental attitude, because that's what you want. What we focus on expands. So when you get in a negative mental attitude, it's going to get you blaming, making excuses, criticizing, and all these types of things. The universe doesn't care what you're ordering. They're just going to serve you what you order.
Right.
So if you want to be in your bag today and be like, oh, it's going to be a bad day, well, then here you come. Buckle your seatbelt. You feel me? Like, y'all know Murphy, y'all heard of Murphy, right? Murphy's Law. Murphy had these laws. He said anything go wrong will go wrong. You heard of that, sis? Murphy's Law? Yeah, that was Murphy. That was Murphy's Law. You had some law. Damn, that's a crazy law. Like, he wasn't one of the positive motivational speakers at the time. You feel me? Like, he was a neg bomb. Like, keep Murphy away from me, bro. Like, damn, like, that's your law, Murphy? Like, get away from me, bro. I'm not trying to focus on that. We just prepare ourselves for that. Positive mental attitude, that's what's going to allow us. That's how you see people that's overseas that don't have nowhere near as much as we got. First world countries, nowhere near got one family. This amount of us eating our meal today is this bowl of rice that we share.
Right.
You feel me? But we laugh, we smile, and still be able to have a fulfilled life.
Right.
You feel me? Positive mental attitude. That's the only thing that's going to allow them to do that.
Yeah.
Right? The next jump. And so you can see how that's a type of riches. Because millionaires and billionaires kill themselves every day.
That's true. That's very true. Money don't make that.
Millionaires and billionaires kill themselves every day, bro. And no one's ever not heard of that. Everyone's heard of that.
That's self-efficacy.
Nah. Sound health.
Sound health.
Sound health. Because how you going to experience your mental health? How you going to experience your life? How you going to experience your riches? How you going to experience your glory? How you going to experience any of that? If you,
Yeah.
Can you turn it down just a little bit?
It is really disappointing when we see celebrities or like people in great positions and their health is poor. Like, I really want to know why Steve Jobs is looking like 56. That means his health wasn't where it
Right.
But
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Sound health. We've seen plenty of people check out. You know what I mean? But then health ain't everything. No, Nipsey Hussle was a vegan. You know what I mean? That, I don't know how much that extended his life.
health is more than just what you eat.
Right. So it's like, exactly. So then I'm glad that you said that, because health, sound health, that's a part of riches. Health ain't just physical. Because we know plenty of people that's in perfect physical health, but they mental health, they on the brink of suicide. They literally on the brink of suicide. But think they got a positive attitude. But their mental health so bad that the lens that they view life don't even allow them to elevate themselves to the next level.
That's called a manic episode. That's what that is.
Okay, right.
When they feeling too good and they think they feeling good, that's a manic episode. Because then when they crash, that's when they are either going to kill themselves or need some rehab.
Right. So sound health. Sound health, right? We got mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, right? So I'm gonna tell you the formula for sound health. So you got mental, you got M plus E plus S equals P. People think health is just a physical life. People think health, that's oh, I don't got cancer, or I don't got diabetes, or I got cancer, I got diabetes, right? Or something like that. I'm not overweight, I'm overweight. People think health like that, right? But that's the physical. They're judging themselves by the physical manifestation of how their body's like functioning and within life and shit, right? So, but that's all a product. Like, we live in a world of cause and effect, cause and result. Like, so everything on our outside, like everything that we have on is a physical manifestation of what we thought to put on that day. You feel me? Like, clothes don't just come on you. Like, this is a perfect manifestation of ideas to think. You know what I mean? Even if you didn't have that many options, like, you still like whatever, like, right? You know what I mean? So that the physical is created by what's inside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all heard about how bamboo trees grow? All right, cool. It's a story about bamboo trees. We might all be bamboo trees, though. Once I heard the story about bamboo trees, I was like, damn, I'm a bamboo tree, right? And y'all might be the same way. Y'all might be the same way. You feel me? Because the onion plant gets old at 9 weeks. You feel me? It just grows. You plant it for 9 weeks. Onion, boom, it's done. It's done, right? Bamboo tree, though, Japanese or Chinese bamboo tree, it takes 5 years to grow, right? So then it's like the first 4 years, like. So imagine, like, you planted this seed, you know what you planted. You planted this bamboo tree. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna be a privacy fence or some shit. You feel me?
Right.
But right now it's nothing. It's just holes in the dirt. You feel me? That's some grass you probably pulled up that might have looked better than them holes in the dirt to some people. You feel me? You pulled up, but they didn't even know that was turf. Like, you had to, or that wasn't even real grass. Like, that was you feel me? Now you trying to get to the real grass. You trying to plant something real. So then now you start planting this bamboo tree, and then you watering it every day, because you know, to plant something you gotta protect it, provide it, nurture, protect like a father, nurture like a mother. You feel me? Like, keep that joint going. And year 1, same thing, nothing. You're never like, yo, what you doing? Like, I thought you was planting something. Like, you did it wrong. Like, you a nut. You like, nah. Like, I know I put them joints was expensive. Like, I took a lot of time planting these joints here.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep watering it. You feel me? Like, they say it don't happen overnight anyway. I'm gonna keep watering it. 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year. You just watering it. Everyone really thinks you're a nut now. Like that one movie, Evan Almighty. Like, he's building the ship like Noah's Ark, basically. Like, it never, because you know in the Bible that's what's significant is that it had never rained before prior to that. So this nigga talking about it's about to be a mass flood when it ain't never even rained. You feel me? Like, it never rained, but it's about to be a mass flood. So this bull's building for like 200 years, building this ark. Like, you feel me? That was like, that's why it was only him and his family, because he probably made them do it. You feel me? Like, or something like that. But for real, like, everybody else was like, bro, I got other stuff to do, right? So same thing with the bamboo tree. Like, same people that was excited about your bamboo at the beginning might not be there. You feel me? When it first come out, right? So 4.5 years, it's still not there, but you still watering, gives you persistence. You're not gonna give up on your goals and dreams. Then next thing you know, it sprout out the ground a little bit. You're like, oh, it's something there. Like, you know what I mean? It took 4 years, but then they're like, yo, look. You call everybody like, listen, I told you, the bamboo tree, baby. It's a little joint in the ground. Everyone like, yo, bro, I don't know if I see what you see. But they don't know the effort that you put in to make sure that happened. Right. You feel me? So then they see that, they're like, that might not be excited, right? But 90 days later, that joint grew 45 to 90 feet. So then the question is, did the bamboo tree, did it grow in those 60 days or the 5 years? You feel me?
It
Obviously in the
just
5
doing
years.
its thing.
But to someone else's perspective,
It grew in those 60 days.
it grew in those 60 days.
Because they put that work in.
Right? Because they didn't see what was happening on the inside. They didn't see what was happening underground before it came to the ground. You feel me? But underground, what was happening was that goddamn bamboo tree was digging. It was connected to the earth. You feel me? Going this way, that way. You feel me? Getting this foundation, making sure no hurricane could knock it over. You feel me? Making sure no windstorm, no tsunami. You feel me? That joint gonna be standing there still. You feel me? That joint's connected. That joint going deep.
Right.
Hella like busting through concrete. Like joint might have went to the earth's core.
Right.
You feel me? And back, you'll never even know.
Right.
You feel me? You ever try and uproot someone who's set on doing what they're doing? Like ain't no moving them. Like they might as well be a bamboo tree connected all the way to the earth core. You feel me? And so this is us. You feel me? That's why I say we might be one combination lock away. You feel me? One number away. You feel me? So when I heard that, the bamboo story, it inspired me because I was like, damn, yo, I might be a bamboo tree, like. And then when I realized, like, and then the next year, I'm like, damn, I think I'm sprouting out the ground and shit. You feel me? Like, and but now for real, we definitely know that we're the bamboo trees now. And within the next 90 days, 45, 90 days, it's gonna be a completely different lifestyle and reality for all of us involved. So it's just like super exciting to be able to have y'all here on the first class, like before these jokes be just packed out,
Right.
packed out crazy because of the like, could y'all tell I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right, so like I really been doing this shit. I really designed my life in a way that it's fun and allows me to just build with y'all, and this is what I do for work, you feel me? So sound health is mental world plus emotional plus spiritual equals physical.
Hey, sound about right?
Your spirit.
Right? If you're mental and you're what happens when your mind say one thing and your emotions say another thing? That make you feel good? Right, you know that. You know it don't. Especially like in love. Like what happens when your spirit, like your mind like, nah, I need this job or whatever, so you trying to work this job, but your spirit say, yo, dog, you need to be an entrepreneur. Like, yo, you killing yourself doing this shit that you don't love. What happened? That people be getting ulcers, like they be like, you know? That's all product of what's happening here.
And all that gets affected when you're not.
You feel me?
working your purpose.
It's when you get your mental, you get your emotional and spiritual in harmony. You know what that also looks like in a person.
Right.
You feel me? You know what it feels like in a person. You feel me? It's like, damn, I want to be around them more. That's probably where you're probably more in harmony more often than not, or at least got a good presentation. Or you're doing better than the other people that are connecting. That's why they're so drawn to you and so effective because they're getting life. Your assurance and knowing that you're gonna be okay and you got a positive future, that inspires them. You feel me? Because they mom might say, "Shut up, bitch." Right? It's like, damn, I just came from a success meeting. Like, yo, my bad. Like, sorry. Like, you know, it's like, whoa, because like we hear about different people, parents be talking to them and shit. It's like, damn, just different perspectives. People be coming from all over, like, or how different like names or like just different things that people just have come from to present themselves enough to just not be crying and they could even force a smile. It's like once we start knowing about people, it's like, whoa, like we've really been through a lot. So that's why we got to know the formulas, or we always gonna have this shit out of whack.
Right.
You feel me?
And can never bring it to the finish.
Right. So when you got positive mental attitude and sound health, then it's gonna create peace of mind. Yeah, peace of mind. Peace of mind. Yeah, peace of mind. What's up, Zombie P? The power is ours. So yeah, we covering the 12 types of enduring riches right now, bro. If you wanted to pull up the sheet, you can, or you can chill. But peace of mind. That's what you was talking about. You was like, when you think of rich, you wasn't even thinking about. It didn't even automatically think about money. That's what you was saying, kind of too.
Right.
It's like, damn, good luck. It's like, whew. When you think rich, it's like, oh damn. Because obviously you might be having a lot of stress right now, but if I gave you $1 million, would you have the same? Would your problem be the same? Like, would a lot of the things that like make you feel like uneasy or like whatever, you think that would change if you look at your bank account and it said $1 million? Right. Just automatically, right? Would it give you more peace of mind?
Not really.
Right. Nah. Because the money doesn't automatically mean peace of mind.
Right.
Right? That's why rich, that's why it's his own rich. That's why that's why rich is 12 types of riches.
Right.
We didn't even got to money yet.
Right.
Rich, residual income creates happiness, but it's a lot of things that you have to become in order to create residual income or create those type of residual experiences. Obviously, if millionaires and billionaires is killing themselves on a daily basis, then more money might not give you peace of mind. You ever seen that movie Lottery Ticket? Look at Bow Wow, and now you have more peace of mind with that lottery ticket. You feel me? Everybody was at his head. So it don't automatically mean peace of mind. Oh, it's cool. I think I might got enough. I just wanted to.
It jumped off just then.
Oh, wait.
watching
Oh, it's still going though. Like, it's still going. So yeah, peace of mind. That's important. That's important.
That's 3.
Sound,
Got it.
yeah. Sound health, peace of mind, right? And then so what that's gonna give you. Wait, whoops. My bad.
That's crazy. You remember all 12 of these acronyms. Not saying you should.
Nah, like literally, I dug so deep within the knowledge and insight. It was like, what did I want to give people today? It's my first class. I ain't ran classes. I was running corporate or when I was building a internet money empire. I always drop game on people all the time, relentlessly. Sometimes I don't know if I'm puking on them with too much information. Is it structured? Am I giving them what they need? It seemed like from the responses, people do be getting what they need. But I'm about to start providing more high-level content in a certain way. But I have to start the first class with the 12 types of enduring riches. You feel me? It's a few other different types of things, but that's why people do it for. But they can have a misconfusion and think that they're poorer than they actually are. You feel me? So this is freedom from fear and worry. Freedom from fear and worry. That is a type of riches. Like Mel hates the fact that I don't worry. Like she hates it. She thinks I don't care about something. She don't think I care. But I'm like, what am I gonna worry about it for? Like, what can I do? What can that do? Like, there's no room for uncertainty about my future. It's already predetermined. Everything is leading to a predetermined end. So where's the uncertainty? Oh, how we're gonna get there? That's the joy. That's the experience. That's the adventure of the process. Like who you become in the process is way better than anything you get. What happens if we decide to just go to California and then like off the first nap we just wake up when we're here? It's like, oh, okay, what a road trip. Like took 2 minutes. Like we just teleported to California. We're not gonna get the experience of traveling. You know, yeah, you might be in another place, but it's like, okay, yeah, this is different, but I didn't really have to do much to get here.
Right.
So
Okay.
freedom from fear and worry, because it's like this. Fear can only take the place that uncertainty lies. Like, you feel me? So think of this as our mind or whatever, like this. And the green, this is our brain, and the green represents like most people's level of certainty about like what's going on.
What?
Yeah. That's why you think the world is the way it is. Like, what do you mean? What? Like, 95 people who's 65 and over work their whole working lives, but are 100% dependent. You feel me? And make less than $7,000 a year. They didn't plan to be there. They just didn't plan not to be there. What do you mean? Like, what? 97% of people don't got long-term, short-term written goals. If I ask them what direction is their life headed, and where they're gonna be when it's all said and done, they will say one thing, and I ask them tomorrow, they'll say something else. It might be in the same manner, but it won't be the same exact words because they're not deliberate. It's not uncompromising. It's not relentless. People are like, oh yeah, I want to be happy, wealthy, and successful in the future. Oh, okay. That's not specific enough to that energy that calls for I want to be happy, wealthy, successful is not strong enough to overcome all the forces that someone already made that want to make you miserable and keep you passing over opportunities because you don't believe in yourself, because you don't think you're adequate enough, because you never had this exposure, you never had this experience, so you can't do this, I can't do that, because blah 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 blah. You feel me? You're gonna die poor, miserable, and lonely if the only thing you wanted to do was just be just a little successful. You know, or oh, I don't need that much, or oh, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And so this is why I say that this type of certainty. Go into a college, you deal with children all the time. Go to a college classroom. How much certainty did you have with the direction of your life? How much certainty do you have right now with who you are, where you're going to be, what you're ultimately going to be known for? You feel me? How much time have you actually taken to decide that? I've taken 10,000 hours. That's a lot. That's a level of mastery. Anything you do for 10,000 hours, that puts you a national expert or higher. But that's because when I heard a billionaire tell me that I thought I was serious about my life. I was in the front row taking notes. But he told me I wasn't serious about my life because I couldn't say my purpose or my life mission statement in one sentence. But I'm like, oh, it's a lot of things I want to do. I'm interested in a lot of this, blah, 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 blah. You're like, that's too much uncertainty. Because you could certainly say a sentence that fits everything that you want to do.
Yes.
And then every experience from you going through all the work that it takes to get that sentence, your whole life will lead to that. You feel me? And so I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. But I thought I was serious. But damn, I really got to be serious. You're a billionaire, and I only made like 50,000. So I did it, right? And then I did all the steps, and then my sentence became, my chief aim in life is to positively influence the minds of the youth, create an achievement-driven culture to lead the next generation into global renaissance. I didn't know what all that meant, but I knew that they said when you see in a goal setting, you want to dreams and goals come a size too big so you could grow into them. So you don't never want to set something that you already know you could do because it's not going to draw any energy. It's not going to draw any forces. It's not going to draw the invisible forces to come to your aid. You know what I mean? It's going to lead more to procrastination. It's not going to create a uncomfortable situation. You know what I mean? That's going to show you who you really are and what you're made of. It's only going to allow you to go off memory and just act off memory. So it's not that people aim too high in life and miss, it's that they aim too low and hit. So that's why I say that people's level of certainty is like this, because they don't even know how they're about to pay the next bill. If 85% of people going paycheck to paycheck, or 75% of people going paycheck to paycheck, is that certain? Oh yeah, they're certain they're going to be in work tomorrow. But how much does it have to do with their quality of life? You know what I mean? What does it have to do with their level of all these different types of riches, their positive mental attitude, their peace of mind? Those things only come from definite major purpose. Because those definite major purpose, because like no matter what, because you see how naturally, that was 2012, so I got a few new chief aims to elevate me higher, but you can see how in my life, there's pretty much nothing that I could do that doesn't like positively influence the minds of the youth, create achievement-driven culture to lead next generation to a global renaissance. Like I'm like a walking that. Like so, and that was like only 2 years after I had wrote it. Then I was like, damn, we living this joint is crazy. We was trying to put people on the science early, but I ain't have no African-centered consciousness, so I wasn't able to affect the people that I really wanted to affect.
Okay. Right.
You feel me? So this is their side. So remember, fear can only take up the place of uncertainty, and this is the size of certainty that people have in their life. You feel me? You know, from that to that, you know, maybe not that much. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You feel me? But fear, fear is the orange. You feel me? Like, cause your mind can only be could hold one dominant idea. You feel me? Your mind can only hold the dominant mood or feeling of any particular topic. You feel me? The only thing else you could do is intellectualize. Like you might intellectualize the possibilities of you being rich in the future, but your mind can only accept one belief, and it's the dominant. You feel me? So when you're with me, you might feel like, oh yeah, I can be successful and powerful. But then you're further and further away of my certainty. See, the reason I have this crazy effect on people, and it's like relentless no matter where I go, no matter the type of person, no matter the age of the person, is because since most people is like that, my John would be like this. You feel me? As far as the uncertainty. You feel me? Orange is still fear. But then the rest is certain. Like, you feel me? So it's different. So when you're in with me, I got a lot of green to just mess with your John. So my dominant mood connects with your subconscious, like, oh damn, I possibly could goddamn be the greatest of all time. You feel me? And then so in that time, y'all know a Venn diagram?
Right.
These Jones merge together. And so for this moment, we're sharing. You feel me? We're sharing. And so Freedom from, the only way to free ourselves from fear and worry, because if this represents fear and worry, and green represents certainty, is to become more certain. But you can't become more certain unless it's something that's big enough that you can throw all yourself into. That's big enough to scare you, because you're not going to draw. You can't pull any forces. Like, you don't know. You're never going to know how strong you are unless you try to max out. You know what I mean? But if you're just going in there doing baby weight every time, you might think you're weak. But you did that shit for 500 days in a row. You didn't know that you could just bust out 500 pounds like it's nothing. You feel me? So it's like, that's why when we think we even overcome something, we had that same type of experience to see how we respond to it. It's not, some people are like, damn, I thought I grew out of this, damn. And they feel bad because they're like, damn, how I'm having the same experience, I thought I grew out of it. It's not about the experience, it's about who you became, how you respond. Are you going to act in the same manner? Are you going to deliver the same response? Are you going to react? Or are you going to show the evolution? You say you're a king now, so here go a king pitch. Are you going to strike out? You feel me? Or are you going to hit a home run? You don't got to hit a home run. You can hit it at first base, but what are you going to do? You know what I mean? But it's a never-ending, relentless jump. And it's always battling. Fear and worry is always battling for the space, that uncertainty. That's the only thing that can fit in uncertainty. Is fear and worry. Because there's no reason for uncertainty, because we turn our thoughts to things. What we focus on expands. You know what I mean? So you got positive mental attitude, you got sound health, you got freedom from fear and worry. So, alright, so then you got, and these ain't, I don't know if they're necessarily in particular order, this is how I'm remembering them. You got right here. Because it's like certainty. It's like, how are you going to create this level of certainty to overcome all of this fucking indecision and the whole community, colossal fucking, everybody don't know what to do, but it seemed like the motherfucker who don't want you to succeed know exactly what he want to do. You feel me? Like, and that shit systematic as hell. Everywhere you turn, it's like, god damn.
It has to do with what you said before, I think, with the fear and the only make sure we certain of certain.
Yeah, so this is labor of love. Labor of love. Like, can y'all tell that this is my labor of love? Like, come on. Like, I really love this shit. Like, for real, I can't believe I used to get paid by these white people to run their sales meetings like this just to do what I'm doing right now, and then translate it to really be able to affect the people that I really want to affect. And I was able to acquire some high-level information that they never wanted us to have. You feel me? And I was able to have enough time to implement it, get results, which makes it even more, you know, like, even more in so much training. Labor of love. It seems like all of us have identified, you feel me, like a labor of love at some capacity and are active. You don't show up to something like this if you don't understand your labor of love. So just understanding your labor of love, that's the type of riches. That's the type of riches. How you gonna call yourself broke, but then you know what you could do 7 days a week that don't feel like work? How are you broke when there's people that earn millions and millions and millions of dollars but are miserable because they're unfulfilled, because they're doing what they hate? So yeah, they might got one type of riches, but they will do anything to get the passion that you get from making a song. You feel me? Or to even have the time to be able to do that. Just because you have a high-paying job doesn't mean that it's residual income. It's just a job. Job's just over broke. How someone that earns $10,000 a month, be in poverty and poor, spend $12,000.
Right.
It's easy to spend $12,000 when you got $10,000. That'll give you $100,000 if you got $10,000. Is that gonna add to your peace of mind? You started with $10,000 now, but you spent $100. That's not gonna add to peace of mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is why it's so important to understand just at first level. We can even begin to see how much more rich we already are. Like right now, we ain't even got some money. You feel me? We got enough perspective to be positive attitude. We got definitely some hope, peace of mind, because you got enough peace of mind to be like, listen, this could benefit me in my life, so I'm showing up. You feel me? That's peace of mind. That's center. That's being able to act on take inspired action. Freedom from fear and worry, labor of love, right?
Number 6.
We got hope. Wait, hold on. Oh, whoops, right there. This is hope for future achievement. Hope for future achievement. Like,
That sounds good.
who doesn't have hope for future achievement? It's not just hope. It's not dry hope. It's not like Obama hope. Even though that was hope for future achievement, but it was just a change. Hope. But it didn't have an underlying on. Because it was like they let our psychology play for it. Because for white people and white conservative and liberals, it's like change, yeah, hope. It's the black bull. So then, yes, less resistance. We can still pass these same policies, but they ain't gonna be mad because it's a nigga doing it.
Right.
And hope is like, oh, but for us, it's like, oh, it's a black man making decisions. He's gonna have our best interests.
Right.
You feel me? That's what empty does, and we find out that which one was it? Did he ever? You feel me? So it's like, that's why hope. That's why it's not just hope. Hope ain't a type of riches. It could be a form of. It could be one of the penalties.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because goddamn, what you gonna do? Hope your way to getting some baby food? Maybe, but is that a good strategy?
Nah.
Probably not, especially in America, when there's so many other things that you can do. Hoping to get baby food for your newborn baby isn't a good strategy if you want to have peace of mind. And if peace of mind is one of the 12 types of enduring riches, you can't even be fully. You feel me? Like, so hope for future achievement. What does achievement mean? Like what does achievement? Like, what's the underlying thing about achievement?
Getting there.
Right. But it's like you had to be predetermined.
Right.
Because it's not achievement, then it's just something that you did. Right? It's not living in the world of cause and effect. It's just something that you did. It's like, Luke worked at 20 coffee shops or whatever, and that's something that he did. But it was predetermined to work at as many coffee shops as possible, so then I could build my own, barista, become a hip hop barista, internationally known, a celebrity coffee bowl, introducing black people to new ways of healthier ways of experiencing specialty drinks.
Right.
You feel me? That's hope for future achievement. You could tell the difference of the deliberate, right? And even if it wasn't, you could paint it like it was, because that's how language works. Because it's still now, like it's always from now. Now could be your starting point. Hope. So you got positive mental attitude, or sound health, peace of mind, freedom from fear and worry, labor of love, hope for future achievement. This is capacity for applied faith. Applied faith. Right? What they say, faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen, or some shit like that. It's like, listen, how do you apply? Like, that's what. But Jesus said, faith without works is dead.
Yeah, that's my thing.
You feel me? So it's like, yeah, it's possible that you can make all your dreams come true, but you have to act on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that knocking, the door will be open. Seeking, you should find. It's not just find, not just stumble up on it.
Gotta drink it.
Right. So, capacity for applied faith. You feel me? Because some people don't even have the capacity to close their eyes, see something, open their eyes, and be inspired to make it by the work of their hands. Like that, it's been ripped from them through the traumas of life.
Yep.
They don't have no capacity for applied faith, only fake hope. It's not, oh yeah, there's hope for future achievement. Oh yeah, I hope, things turn around one day. Wow. What the fuck does that mean? It did turn around. For the worse, you feel me? Like,
Right.
or who are you talking about? Whose perspective? Like, identify yourself. Like it's like Google. The universe order is like, it's like Google. As soon as you type in something, it starts helping you out to decide. It don't care what you type in.
That's true.
It don't care what you type in. But you gotta type in something to get something.
Right.
You feel me? If not, it's just gonna be sitting there and you're just gonna be a waste of data, basically, because you're still gonna have to pay next month for it and you didn't even use it. So it's like, damn, at least use it. That's why they say the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. Because people live empty and die full of their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, all their music, all their cures, all their solutions, all the critical conversations that they was gonna have with their family to heal, all of that shit. They die full of it. That's why the graveyard's the wealthiest place. So we got sound health, peace of mind, freedom from fear and worry, labor of love, hope for future achievement, capacity for applied faith.
Number 8. It's 9. Sure, what did I
1, 2, 3,
miss?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
We got PMA, SH, POM.
Yeah, this
Because you
was.
scratched out this.
Oh yeah, but that was just with sound
that's
health.
the
That was the
sound
formula.
health.
Yeah, that was just. That's just the formula.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just the formula. And it wasn't like scratch. I was like, but my bad. HIR, right? Harmony in human relationships. Harmony in human relationships. Like you can't beat that. You can't question it. You can't, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows the value or the quality of their life is based on their relationships. When you're hanging around toxic, negative, cynical people, how do you feel? Toxic, negative, and cynical. When you hang around people who are go-getters, they're inspiring, they're motivating, they're encouraged, they're movers and shakers, they got things going, they're closing deals and all that. How does that make you feel?
Same.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, and what happens when you feel me? You got people that you want to work with, or y'all plans on working, but y'all can't be on the same page, and it's disharmony. How does that do for your peace of mind? You feel me? Disharmony in relationships is a surefire way to not have peace of mind for any long period of time. Right? It might even be hard to maintain a positive attitude. You know what I mean? During those times as well. Right? So we can see how that's a type of riches. We got people like the show the Bachelor or some shit, or like Help Me Find a Wife or something like that. These niggas got multi-millions of dollars or billions of dollars, but they got paid a lady so they could find like help them interview and scope out somebody so they could get a relationship. You feel me? So they got when they think rich, someone will instantly look at them like, yeah, they're rich as hell. That's why they're on the show. But if we're understanding the full capacity of riches, then they might not be, as rich. So then we start understanding rich in this manner, people that we might envy or jealousy because they might be appearing to do better or whatever. If you was judging them from 1 to 10 in all these areas of how it appeared, you might score higher. You feel me? So you got positive mental attitude, sound health, freedom from fear and worry, labor of love, harmony in human relationships, capacity for applied faith, harmony in human relationships. Right here, WTUP, wisdom to understand people. If you got more certain in the direction, then it's not as defensive and not as threatening and shit like that. You feel me? You're able to breathe. You're able to gain insight and access, because with you being certain, you're drawing on energies that's bigger than yourself. Because you're calling so far, and depending on how big it is, you're calling so far ahead that it's already predetermined. Like, they're already getting the ingredients. Like, it's ready for you. All you got to do is calmly move towards the direction of it. It's like falling in place. They're calling you magicians. They'll call you special and shit like that. They call me special. It's not special. I just understand systems.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm relentless. I'm not special. Not any more than anybody else. For real. People, probably their biggest frustration with me is they're like, if I was you, I would be doing this, and more, because they see me as like this person that's like special. I'm like, nigga, you do it then. If like, cause for real, I'm just trying to go through on my journey and become the best I can, and with the experiences that I'm exposed to. You feel me? So wisdom to understand people. That's gonna allow you a lot of peace of mind. You feel me? And and then we got here. I'm gonna write it in a different color.
This is number 10.
Oh, damn. Damn, this is a long one.
Okay, OMTA. What's that over there?
That's an S.
Okay.
And then N-A-P. So O-M, so open mind towards all people and all subjects. See, some people can hit it off. They'd be like, yo, they could be rolling a positive mental attitude. They got a bag, you feel me? Relate, they got their girl and all that. But as soon as you start talking about something different, then you see who they really are. You feel me? You can even just talk about flat earth. You feel me? Or you could talk about transgender or homosexuality. You could talk about white versus black. You feel me? You could talk about Christian. Like you could talk about, you know what I mean? And then we could watch ourselves and see the kids when we're in and above it. We could watch because we know programming. We understand the BS of belief systems, and we're programmed and we're program responses because this is science, and it was science that was done to us as well. And so we have to, when we're in and above it, we're like, damn, this is happening to me like right now. When you're above it though, you're aware, so then you could redirect the energy, or you could pull from it at what you want. Right. You feel me? One of what we're gonna be covering in later classes is profiting from adversity. It's one of the laws of success. So it's like in any setback, which is like the setup is set up for a comeback type thing. Like in any adversity, the seed of equivalent benefit is contained there if you search for it. So when you have an open mind towards all subjects and all people, then you could really be blessed. You feel me? You could really go anywhere and like explore and express, and you could really see the harmony within just Earth in general, and whoever set up the Earth plane and anything beyond it. And it's just like, you feel me? It frees you from the dogmatic, like, oh, the block mindset, like, oh, dang, oh, I thought you was cool, but oh, you from West? Oh, I don't fuck with West. I don't fuck with niggas from West. It's like, damn, I thought we was building, bro. Like, you feel me? But they said all of these things, but the uncertainty of the future doesn't allow that person to overcome whatever predetermined belief. But your certainty of the future will allow you to gain whatever insight or wisdom, like from people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we got sound. Oh, all right. So, but this is 10.
2 more.
Okay, bet. Now I learned this in 2012, y'all, and I ain't even this is what I put in my notes. I ain't even go over it. I ain't even to look it up to even pull it out. You feel me? Like, which is even crazy. Like, and I thought I was gonna have to ask y'all to like look it up, but I don't, because I got it. Everything's good. So this right here, this is a big jump. You feel me? This is a big jump, because then now, because we dealing with most of all of these, matter of fact, all of these is dealing with this.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
The world that's unseen. You feel me? Which creates the physical. But it's like, damn, we talking about riches, ain't we?
Right.
So we, at some point, we do gotta get to some, you feel me, cha-ching, like some bottom line, some physical world type shit. Because what's it all for? That's the result, right? So this right here, ooh, this is a big one. And this how you could tell riches for real. WTSOP. Willingness to share one's blessings is really with others. So willing to share one's blessings with others. Willingness to share. Yeah. My bad. Willingness to share one's blessings with others. How many of y'all got some stingy parents, like, or what they appear to be stingy? It's like, damn, it's like,
refrigerator, I'm gonna get back to it.
Right, my food. Don't you hate when they say my? What you doing with my charger?
My cups, my new plates,
it's just like, whoa, dude, like, you need to get some residual income. You feel me? For real, cause you need to stop asking over opportunities, man. You feel me? I know somebody put you on something. You feel me? Right. But willingness to share one's blessings, that's a big deal, yo. How many people, it's like, oh, damn, you got this insight. And it's like, something in you like, oh, don't share this shit. Wait, don't share, like, don't share this. They gonna try and take my ideas. People, but guess what? people gonna take your ideas anyway.
It probably wasn't even your idea. The spirit.
And yeah, it's creative and synthetic imagination. Just because they heard your idea or they got it don't mean that they're gonna implement it and execute it the same way as you.
Right.
So even if they launch it, just think about the bread aisle. How many you go into the bread aisle? There's so many different types of breads, ain't it? So many different types of people made their bread, like so many different types of brands, and they're still coming out with new bread companies.
And they all friends.
Right, because it don't matter.
The fake competition.
You feel me? How many coffee shops Luke work at? You feel me? They just started. Yesterday was a grand opening to a whole nother joint. You feel me? It's an unlimited, like, so it's like, people be like stingy because out of fear of being outshined or not being recognized or running out. But that's that competitive mentality, that mindset of the old industrial age. We're ushering in a new genre. All of our forces are going to be built off our ideas turn into physical things.
Right.
You feel me? So we can share our blessings with others. You feel me? So just judging by judging by this list, how many of us how many of us would be rich in here?
I'm rich already.
What about you? Off this list, do you feel like you're rich? You sure?
That
Cool.
might be that first seminar, bro.
Huh?
It's the first
Oh yeah,
seminar.
no, it might be. I'll just try to make sure we get the engagement, cause like judging by this, cause if I asked y'all at the beginning, which I didn't, which I'll probably do next time if I ever run through this joint again, it's like how many people in here think are rich or whatever, and then it'd be probably less hands.
Right.
Then at the end, now niggas like, hell yeah,
Right.
like what? This is rich, because so when you identify this as rich, it's super easy to maintain a positive mental attitude, to put yourself in a vibration, to say yes to your goals, yes to your dreams, yes to your ideas, close deals, and all these other different types of things. Because it's not all about the money. When people say, "Oh, it's not all about the money," you heard people say that it's not all about the money. This is what it's about.
Right.
They don't, but they just say that just because they heard someone else say it, but they can't tangibly tell you what it's about
Right.
systematically. And if you ask them again, they'll tell you something different. You feel me? This is what it's about. This is what they mean. That's where it came from. It's not all about the money, right? But these last two are though, right? Willing to share one's blessings, but the blessings that you're willing to share might not even be money.
Right.
So I don't have to run free classes. I could charge up. Niggas in my industry, they charge endless bread for their game with the knowledge that they acquired, and they could care less if they have testimonials of people that they affected, or if you use it, or if it's effective, or if it's outdated, or whatever, because it's all about a bag.
Right.
You feel me? And they might not even know the 12 types of enduring riches. You feel me? But I got specialized knowledge, and straight from power structure whites, power structure Asians, power structure Indians, power structure Africans, power structure Russians. You feel me? All of these countries and their power structure people, we be at the UN and the people that they learn from and their coaches and all that shit. It's where we acquire our information from, so we could extract it and bring it right here to the bottom, right here in the mud. So then we got open mind towards all subjects and all people, willingness to share one's blessings with others, and material riches of your, that's a Y. I can make a better one. Of your own choice and quantity. Material riches of your own choice and quantity. Now, does that need any explanation? We pretty much know what that means. That's how you write your own ticket.
Yeah.
You're talking about writing our own tickets in life. You feel me? Carving out a unique space that no one else can get. Like, seriously? How hard, if you're certain, if you're right here super certain, you know, about the future or your impact and mark, how hard is it, you feel me, to like maintain a positive attitude when it's this, when you got this info? It's not that hard. It's not hard once you got certain philosophy. That's why they say philosophy is the major determinant factor of how our life turns out. You feel me? Philosophy. It's not the economy. It's not the president. It's not our parents. Not any of these things. It's our philosophy. It's just a shift in perspective can turn everything around. And and I know for a fact that just with this shift in perspective of rich, y'all not only be able to enhance your own lives, but you feel me, anybody that you'll affect in the future. You feel me? And your understanding of money and how you attach to it, you'll be able to just see it as a tool. Because here, material riches of your own choice and quantity, that's just a tool for you to just buy what you want, right? To have these more experiences. Because how many of us know that we could buy something that gives us peace of mind? You know, for momentary, like any of these things, because everything will change. Because it's the same girl that gave me peace of mind back in the day don't give me peace of mind now. You know what I mean? Same thing with the same car, or you know, the same, like whatever. Like I used to love, you know, so those things change, but we know that we need money to buy or to experience a lot of it.
Right.
You feel me? And those material riches of our own choice and quantity will allow us to experience whatever level of fulfillment that we want. We just can't forget positive mental attitude, sound health, peace of mind, freedom from fear and worry, labor of love, hope for future achievement, capacity for applied faith, harmony in human relationships,